Okay, picture this. Billions of fans, 100 nations, and only one champion. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're pushing past all the shouting, the waving flags, and the raw passion to look strictly at the cold, hard numbers. We are predicting the next World Cup champion.
So, right off the bat, you've got to wonder, will Argentina actually pull off the impossible and defend their crown?
Or, hey, what about France? Are they going to storm back onto the pitch and get their ultimate revenge after that absolutely crazy final?
Will Spain's brilliant new generation just completely dominate? Or is a total dark horse going to shock literally everyone? Well, by the end of this explainer, I'm going to reveal a heavily researched, data-backed prediction for our final champion. And honestly, you might totally disagree with it, but you definitely won't see it coming.
Okay, let's dive into this. Look, when it comes to football, it is so easy to let our hearts make our predictions, right? We back our home nations. We back our favorite stars. But today, we're stripping all that bias away. This entire analysis is completely objective and rooted 100% in data.
To pull this off, analysts evaluate every serious contender using 5 major factors: current squad quality, star players, manager experience, recent form, and, this is a big one, knockout experience. But we're not stopping there. We're layering in AI prediction models, deep analysis from top football experts, and historical World Cup data. It's basically the ultimate blueprint for building a champion. So let's start the countdown.
Kicking off our data-driven top 5, coming in at number 5, we've got Portugal.
Now, Portugal boasts an absolutely insane level of talent right now. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo and what's almost certainly his final World Cup run, and he's surrounded by this world-class midfield. We're talking Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, and Vitinha. But here is the yes but of the equation, and it's kind of their fatal flaw. Historically, Portugal has struggled immensely when that intense knockout pressure hits.
But the data tells a pretty clear story here. If that world-class midfield can just dictate the tempo, and if all the pieces click, they have the firepower to go really deep. The models project that if they can just hold their nerve, they're incredibly strong candidates to reach the semifinals.
Keep that energy up, because the data brings us right to our number 4 spot, England.
You know the drill. England always enters tournaments with one of the absolute strongest squads on paper, and this time is no different. Bellingham, Kane, Saka, Foden, Rice. I mean, that is a terrifying lineup for anyone to face. But analysts point to a massive, glaring weakness. And it's not actually on the pitch, it's in their heads. The sheer weight of expectations creates this immense, almost suffocating pressure for them.
That being said, if they can stay mentally strong and finally tune out the noise from the press and the fans, the statistical models actually project them making a very deep run straight into the semifinals.
All right, moving on to our number 3 team, Spain.
Spain is just built entirely differently than anyone else on this countdown. They have arguably the most exciting young core in world football right now. Think Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Gavi, Nico Williams, all anchored perfectly by Rodri. But their biggest advantage isn't relying on one single superstar. It's about absolute possession, total control, intricate passing, and just pure tactical perfection.
And here's why that matters. AI prediction models heavily favor systematic dominance and tactical control over individual brilliance. Because of that, multiple models rank Spain among the absolute top favorites right out of the gate, projecting them to go all the way and become finalists.
Okay, the tension is definitely building. We've reached the number 2 spot in our data model, Argentina.
The defending champs, obviously you have Lionel Messi, and even if this is his last dance at a World Cup, this squad has just incredible quality all around him. Guys like Julian Alvarez and Alexis McAllister. But you know what their biggest strength is, according to the data? Unmatched chemistry. This team literally knows exactly how to win ugly. They know how to survive the brutal, grinding reality of knockout football.
So this incredible survival instinct and their gritty knockout experience makes them unbelievably dangerous. The models see this proven track record and practically lock them in as finalists. They simply know how to get the job done when everything is on the line.
Now hold on, before we unveil the number 1 contender, we actually need to talk about a massive wildcard here, the format change. With the World Cup expanding to 48 teams, the data models are predicting some incredibly chaotic, unprecedented knockout runs.
Seriously, every single World Cup has that one surprise team that completely ruins everyone's bracket. Analysts are pointing to a few key nations this time around. Keep a very close eye on Morocco, Colombia, the USA, and Norway.
They aren't your traditional favorites, sure, but the data shows they possess enough sheer quality to absolutely shock the world and knock out the traditional giants on any given day.
Oh, and while we're talking about individual quality, the Golden Boot race, that could be just as thrilling as the battle for the trophy itself. We are looking at lethal finishers who can literally take over a tournament single-handedly. We're talking Kylian Mbappe, Julian Alvarez, Harry Kane, Vinicius Jr., and Erling Haaland.
All right, the detour is over. It is time for our ultimate data-driven reveal. The #1 contender is France. Look, when analysts and statistical models crunch the numbers, France just consistently comes out on top. Why? It's the sheer volume of talent. Mbappe, Dembélé, Tchouaméni, Saliba, Camavinga. Their biggest advantage is that they have, without a doubt, the deepest squad in world football. Every single position has world-class depth. Honestly, their bench players could walk right into the starting lineup for most other nations. And that is exactly why they enter as the absolute strongest favorites.
So, here is your final verdict, based on current form, squad depth, experience, coaching, history, and advanced AI predictions. First place and your champions, France. Second place, taking runner-up, Argentina. In third place, Spain, and rounding out the top 4, England. According to the cold hard numbers, this is the most likely outcome.
But despite all the algorithms, all the models, and all the data, I want to leave you with this final thought. Football is fundamentally unpredictable. One red card, one penalty, one crazy injury, and it can change history forever. That's exactly why it remains the greatest sporting event on Earth. The data gives us the mat, for sure, but the players, they still have to walk the path. So, what do you think? Do you trust the numbers, or is your heart telling you a totally different story? Drop your champion in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the numbers.